Instead of going from I can't, I went to I'm just going to give it everything I got. And then I went to no, I can do this and nothing is going to stop me. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Carla and I've lost 183 pounds in about 14 months. I make weight loss and life after weight loss content, and please consider giving me a subscribe if you like what you see. Today's video is all about 5 things that I stopped doing that helped me to lose that 183 pounds. I made a reel about this on my Instagram a couple of weeks ago. I got so many questions after that reel to explain what I meant by those different tips and things that I stopped doing. So I thought, what a better opportunity than to make a YouTube video about it. So as I said, for today's video, I'm going to be talking about 5 things that I stopped doing that helped me to lose 183 pounds. Tip number 1 is I stopped telling myself that I couldn't or that I can't. I thought that losing 183 pounds or some whatever weight loss I thought I was going to have to do at the start, because I didn't think I'd ever get to 183 pounds. So my first goal was 10 stone, which is 140 pounds. I thought that that was an impossible task my entire life. But then I started to build the foundations with my mental health work, going to therapy and journaling, and I believe that by not telling myself that I can't lose it, I was able to lose it. My sister, who has also lost 92 pounds, always describes seeing her weight loss at the start as this massive mountain that she needed to climb. Whereas actually, if you look at the weight loss in small portions, it's easier to manage it. So instead of looking at, oh my God, I have 183 pounds to lose, look at it in like just small little victories along the way. That really helped me out. But I think honestly that changing your mind shift from a negative place of I can't and putting in the work with your mental health, being consistent every single day, that's how I did it. I was in a consistent calorie deficit and I walked every single day. And by building up those days when I did those 2 things, that is how I lost weight. And I knew that that's the mechanism. I had seen other people lose weight because of the program that I did called Body Slims. I had seen people do it and I knew that they could. But I was full of my own excuses or reasons as to why I thought I can't, because I'm a food addict and my food addiction is worse than somebody else's. Or I can't because I actually have so much to lose and I've tried so many times before. But I had seen other people lose significant amounts of weight in different methodologies. So instead of telling myself that I can't, I said, okay, I'm just going to give this a go. I'm going to try it and see what happens. And the first week I lost 8 pounds, and after the first 10 weeks I lost 142, and I knew that I could do it. So instead of going from I can't, I went to I'm just going to give it everything I've got. And then I went to no, I can do this and nothing is going to stop me. So instead of coming at it from that negative place, I was able to come at it from this is a possibility for me. And that's really what changed for me. So that's the first thing that I stopped doing, was telling myself that I can't. The second thing that I stopped doing was watching so much TV. I know that this sounds a little bit odd for, like how does that correlate with weight loss? But really for me, and to make a weight loss successful, it has to be a full rounded life journey. I had to evaluate where I was spending time and what I was spending time on, and was that time actually serving me or was it taking me further away from my goal? I used to come home, like the TV was on constantly in our house. And the reason was because I had this constant self-negative narrative going on in my head. So I wanted some other kind of noise to drown it out. And I just wanted noise all the time. And I used to sit there and mindlessly watch TV all the time. Now, I have no problem watching TV now if it's a show that I really like or a movie, but watching things that I didn't really like wasn't serving me, and it actually wasn't it wasn't piquing my interest. I used to think that watching TV is how I relaxed, And I realized that it's just kind of actually mindless, like bubblegum for the eyes sometimes. And there are some TV shows definitely that I still love. I just don't watch everything all the time. I realized that there are other activities that serve me better to help me to relax. And those include, I love taking a bath, I like to meditate, I like to read, I like to do some yoga or some kind of stretching, and I like to go for short walks in the evening. That's an activity that really helps me unwind. And it's also great to not be looking at a screen for so long, because I work in an office job, so I'm staring at a computer screen my whole day and then switch to staring at a TV screen in the evening. But not anymore. One of the other things about constantly watching TV is that I would be constantly eating, grazing all the time, just consuming food mindlessly, not being aware of what I was consuming. And so by doing other activities like reading, or sometimes I like to create some kind of art online, there's other things I like to do, I'm more drawn into those. And so keeping my hands busy is stopping me from just mindlessly eating. There is nothing wrong with watching TV, don't get me wrong, and I do still watch it, but I'm just not consuming as much TV as I used to, and moving more. Because those times, especially in the summer or the springtime and the autumn time or fall if you're in the States, getting out and getting active and going and seeing people, or even just going by yourself for a walk, it's so much nicer than just sitting there and watching TV for me. It's an opportunity as well that moves me closer to my goal, because I'm getting more steps in, or I'm getting more active, and it just makes me feel better. That brings me on to the third thing that I stopped doing that helped me to lose 183 pounds. And that was stopping consuming any food related content. I mean Pinterest, Instagram profiles, cooking shows, YouTube cooking videos. I am a recovering food addict, and to watch food related content fed into my addiction. So I was constantly in a food thought pattern. So by stopping consuming food related content, food wasn't at the forefront of my mind. Because if you're looking at pictures of delicious foods all the time, it's going to trigger some, like, not genuine hunger, but oh, I'd love a bit of that, or I'd fancy a bit of that. One of the things that I absolutely loved watching were Disney or Universal vlogs. And I would almost get a little bit high every time they went for like a takeaway, or they went to a restaurant. And I'd love to see what they were eating, and I'd love to read the menu, like if they showed it on a vlog. And I realized I was just fueling my food addiction. So I was just constantly in this state of consuming food, watching food related TV shows. I am a vegan, and I was still watching non-vegan related food, just like consuming this constantly. So I just put an end to that, and it really helped me, because food wasn't constantly in the forefront of my entertainment, and I was also getting like a high off it. So it was helping by consuming that food related content all the time. It was helping to affirm a relationship between food and an emotive state for me. So it was like I got happy when I saw it, I got high, and I wanted to break that in order to lose weight. I had to break that cycle in order to lose weight, and not see food as this prize or emotive thing anymore. So that's my third thing that I stopped doing. The fourth thing that I stopped doing in order to help me lose 183 pounds was trying to do everything at once. I thought previously that I had to go to the gym, I had to do cardio exercise, I had to be in a calorie deficit, I had to be in eat only lean protein and vegetables. I had to, and all of these things in order to lose weight. I didn't know that you could keep it really simple and lose weight until I figured that out. And instead of trying to lose weight and build muscle at the same time, I decided to really simplify the methodology for me to lose weight. And I employed two things to do so: diet and an exercise element, and also my mental health element. But I kept it simple by being in a calorie deficit every single day consistently, and by walking 1 hour a day. That's it. That's all it took for me to lose weight. And actually, the calorie deficit, that was the main thing. That's how you lose weight. I wanted to keep it really simple for me, so being in a calorie deficit and walking 1 hour a day, and that really did make such a huge difference. I had 2 things that were my main focus, and once I got those 2 things every single day, the weight just shifted. And the 5th thing that I stopped doing in order to help me lose 183 pounds was I stopped worrying if I offended other people by saying no to certain things. When I started in January 2020, I made a commitment to myself that my weight loss journey and my mental health journey were my number 1 priorities above everything else. I decided that I was putting myself first, and that was above other people's feelings if I turned them down for something that wasn't going to help me bring me closer to my goal. For example, if I was in work and somebody bought cakes and they bought me a cake, I was in an okay place to say, no, I'm not going to have that. Thank you very much. And I stopped worrying if I offended somebody. You might offend somebody vaguely for an hour or so, but like really, I don't think they're going to hold it against you. I didn't announce that I was on a weight loss journey either, but I just said, no, I'm okay, thank you. I don't need that right now. But I realized that I was prioritizing everybody else and their supposed or my projection of what their feelings might be if I said no over me and my weight loss goal. And you have to look out for number 1. That's the most important thing. And in order, I believe, to lose weight and to make a commitment and to lose extreme weight and make that commitment, you have to make that commitment to yourself first. And by stopping worrying if I offended somebody, it made such a huge difference to me. It was actually like a weight off my shoulders. It was amazing. And really, it kind of didn't happen. I think in the past, it would have been an excuse for me. It was like, oh, well, she bought the cake for me, so like I didn't want to offend her. It's ridiculous. You know, like just be like, I'm sorry, maybe you could bring it home for your husband or something like that. So my advice to anybody as well is that if you're on a weight loss journey or you're going on a weight loss journey, make that commitment to yourself. It's about showing up for yourself. It's about being your number 1 priority for the length of time that it takes for you to get to where you want to be. And actually, probably you should be your number 1 priority the whole time, because you can't give to others unless you are, coming from a full cup. So guys, they are my 5 things that I stopped doing that helped me to lose 183 pounds. I hope that helped you in some way and that you found it interesting and maybe gave some, if you excuse the pun, food for thought to some of you about some things that maybe you might stop doing. And if there's anything else that you stop doing in order to help you lose weight, please leave them in the comments down below. I would absolutely love to get conversations going and to hear from other people, because this is such an amazing community, the weight loss community, and everybody is such a wealth of information. So I love to hear from other people of anything that they stopped doing that helped them to lose weight as well. And I will be back next week with a new video. In the meantime, as I said, you can visit me over on my Instagram page, Half of Carla. I upload every single day and I'm pretty active on the stories over there. So without further ado, guys, that's it. Thank you very much, and I will talk to you soon.